Who ruined Shawn Porter before he got to Bud Crawford is the question. Um, I want to know the answer just like everyone else. We're gonna find the answer out. We're gonna search for the answer with this discussion right here. We're gonna find out where Shawn Porter went wrong. He got touched up, and we're gonna find out. All I know is some people should be asking for a refund because they didn't get what they thought they were getting, and that's another equation. But anyways, this is Boxing Hideout TV. I am Juice 8888. Yeah, there we go. There it is right there. This is going to be the story of Boots Ennis, Jaron Boots Ennis, and Gervonte Tank Davis. Okay. Welcome to Boxing Hideout TV. I'm your host, Juice 8888. Boxing Hideout TV, home of the ass whooping. And someone got their ass whooped last night, and it was Shawn Porter. And it was no, uh, he put up a good effort in a losing battle. But if you saw um, the video I posted before this that said it was titled "Sure Equals Dead Man," and I told you punch combinations were going to be the ones to put him out. And exactly in the post-fight interview, you heard Terrence Crawford said it was a check hook and uppercut, and then the announcers would let you know it was also that body work he did on the inside, just like I said. And I also said there's going to be some headbutts in there. You can't have a Shawn Porter fight without headbutts. Uh, the issue now is the post-fight interview that Kenny Porter said that he had to stop the fight because he didn't like what he saw in the ring and he didn't like what he had saw from Shawn in training. It's no secret that Shawn has other ventures going on, other things he's dealing with as far as outside of boxing. His brain is intact. His smile is perfect. He's got a great personality. He's a good character fighter. It's hard to root against someone like that. With that being said, what happened to Shawn that made what did his dad see in training? And we're hoping that he's got a podcast, so we're hoping that he gets really detailed about that because um, it's no secret that he brought in Tank Davis and Boots Ennis for training. These are two fighters who had fights coming up themselves, and these are young, hungry lions that are still on the rise. Their hunger is not what Shawn's hunger is. To me, Shawn had a foot out the door, 1 foot out the door, man. He did. He had 1 foot out the door. He's got other things going on in his life. Nothing wrong with that. Whether he says he did or not, when I saw the feature on the yoga, when I saw him doing nothing wrong with yoga, but when I saw him doing the yoga and they started doing those type of exposés on him and stuff like that, I was like, he's got other stuff. He's got other stuff going on, and there's nothing wrong with that. He's been fighting long enough with the talent that he had to where he's owed that. It's no secret that I said, and everyone else said it, he has no power. It was evident in the fight last night more than anything ever was that take away the roughhouse tactics, all the silly running around, ducking and juking and jiving. Not silly, whatever. Take away all that nonsense. And then it's just heads up, just my punches versus yours. Terrence Crawford had heat that Shawn doesn't have that. Okay. He doesn't have the power to fight in that manner. And rough on the inside and stuff like that. At some point or another, these guys are gonna um just wait for him to come in and then just clock him coming in. Check hook. The butt did it and got him out of there at some point. But what did he see in training? What did Kenny Porter see in training that made him stop the fight? I want to know who worked Shawn over. One of them worked him over really good. Some will say it's Tank because he was the last one there. But uh, I think it would have been the sparring prior to that at some point or another because his dad would have had to use a large sample size of his son's training to say, this is not what's right. Okay. So he had to have a large sample size. So he must have saw, I assume he saw Boots Ennis whoop his son's ass. Shawn train, spar, whatever. And then finally his dad said, this is a christening. He brought in Tank Davis, who's preparing for a fight himself. Left-hander. So you got to get him some left-handed work because, Bud likes to switch. Hopefully Shawn retires after this. There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go. You can't go up from here. You fought everyone you needed to fight. There's no going up from here. If you go up in weight, I don't know how that helps. If you don't have power at 147, I don't understand how going up a weight class is going to make your power more. It's not going to help. Danny Garcia, I don't like his move to 154, but at least he has a puncher's chance. If he's losing at any moment, he can land the shot to change the fight. Shawn does not possess that type of power. He needs an accumulation of punches to hurt someone. If he's down on the scorecards, he has nothing he can use to get back into the fight other than headbutts. Headbutts. That's it. Shawn is a big headbutter. He comes in wild with that. If there's no jab there to stop him, if there's no movement, lateral movement, or upper body movement to avoid the head, he's going to catch you in a couple times in the fight. It happened to Crawford. I don't know why he wasn't expecting that. Either way, I enjoy Shawn Porter's fights. They're entertaining, devoid of real skill and technical skill. It's more of a alley fight, and I don't mind that. It's kind of cool every now and then. He made a career out of it, though. I don't think that that's good. He called Danny Garcia one trick pony, yet his style hasn't changed at all. Once again, who ruined Shawn Porter? Was it Boots Ennis or Gervonte Tank Davis? We're going to get into the Boots Ennis story right now. It seems like this guy has gotten a little more hype than he really should, more than others that have done more. And I'll explain that in a second. Another episode here. We're going to talk about Boots Ennis right now. Good fighter, but we'll see. There's there's some other fighters out there that are in the same division as him, and they may be better than him, and no one wants to talk about it. But that's another discussion. We'll get into that later. All I want to know is how much damage did Boots do to Shawn Porter, and I want to know how much Gervonte Tank Davis did. I want to know who whooped Shawn Porter's ass the most. I believe Boots put hands on Shawn Porter worse than Tank Davis did. I just think Tank Davis was the last one to get credit for it. But Shawn was I said it, Shawn was dead man walking. Um all I kept saying during the fight was if he can avoid if he can run around the ring and avoid the beating for 12 rounds, I'll give him credit. But I didn't see it coming because Bud was so much sharper than him. But should people ask for a refund? No, not really. But going into the fight knowing that you weren't at your best or you had been handled by lesser fighters than Bud Crawford, I know you can't say that, like, you know what, I don't think I'm going to win because I got beat up in sparring. But I think it was a key to coming up with the idea that Shawn needs to retire. It was the fact that he still showed up to the fight and got handled like he was supposed to, just like he did in practice. I don't think that he has more. uh Nah, man, just give it up, dude. It's over, man. Yeah, it's over. I don't see how. I don't know, man. I don't see how he can come back from this. And there's nowhere to go. He can't go down in weight, and if he goes up in weight, it's just going to be more pain. I don't have any interest in seeing Shawn get beat up. He's not a unlikable person where I find it fun to root for against him. Like, I don't find it fun to root against him. I just feel that his style is BS. And Bud Crawford was the first one to sit back and to say, "Hey, you know what? If you're gonna keep doing the same thing you've been doing your whole career, why don't I just sit back and tee off on you when you come in, and then get in the inside with you and put these hands on you?" I don't have an issue with Shawn Porter. I have an issue with the way he fights. I think it's a garbage way of boxing. It's ugly. It was effective. It got him some titles, and he was in some big fights. And I believe his style is a measuring stick style for fighters who just need to know if they can handle rough pressure. They're never in danger of getting hurt because he doesn't hit hard, but they know they're in danger of getting hurt by elbows and butts and all this other nonsense. Anyways, this is Juice 8888 signing out with Boxing Hideout TV. We're going to be asking questions. Who ruined Shawn Porter? Was it Tank Davis or Jaron Ennis? Which one put their foot up Sean's ass the most during sparring? My guess would be Jaron Ennis. They both had fights they both had fights they were training for, but Jaron was earlier in the camp, and I believe that they saw enough of a large sample size during the camp to know they didn't like what they saw, so they brought in Tank Davis just as proof. Let's see if this is going to work. If he's really okay to go, and I believe Tank Davis probably gave Shawn that work, and they realized that he was a dead man walking, just like I said. I was just proud of the punch combinations that were used. I'm so happy that they were used because those were the right tools for the right type of fighter that Shawn is. The check hook isn't going to work, obviously, again, on their back foot using a jab. I don't see how a check hook will work if they're not jump in. But if you have that rough rumbling fighter who likes to come in, sit back, wait, and you can just tee off on them all day and just enjoy doing it. Bud was in there laughing and smiling and joking. He was in under no serious threat at all because the person he was in the ring with just did not have power. Okay. The check hook is not going to be a tool that is effective against Errol Spence. Errol Spence does not run in like that. You could use it against a Danny Garcia. Jab, jab, jab. Oh my God, Danny gets mad, want to run in so bad. Boom, check hook, boom. You could use it on people like that that come in wild and reckless with no defense. They're not defensively responsible when they come in. That's a whole nother story. Anyways, Shawn Porter, you had a great career. I love your podcast. It's one of the best podcasts in the game, in my opinion. It's the one I like to watch the most. Um, I like his, like I said, I like his cast of characters on the show, and I like their character and their personality. All of them are pretty knowledgeable about the sport, but it's time for Shawn to pack it up. This is Juice in Hideout TV. Don't forget to like the channel. Don't forget to like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the videos. All this stuff. Whatever you got to do, man. Just jump in and support the channel. We're going to keep it going. There's more videos coming each and every day. Once again, hit up Boxing Hideout TV. Tell them Juice 8888 sent you. Like our channel, like the video, get in those discussions with those fools, and give them the middle finger if you don't like if they don't like what you got to say. And I'm out.